So here we go, here's the charge creeper, very dangerous. If we are anywhere near it, it will kill us. Alright guys, welcome to this video. My name is Cirias. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you around my decked out fan-made map. Now this was a minigame created in Hermitcraft Season 7 by Gamertag, and if you follow Hermitcraft you'll know this was a massive hit a couple of years back. It spawned the decked out version 2 and various other kind of minigames in that Minecraft server. My version of Decked Out is very different. I've created various kind of themed areas and this kind of open lobby. So let's get into the video. So as you'll see, this is my lobby. And you can see here I've created a few different shops. So we've got the Skelly Bones Emporium, which is like a standard kind of store. I'll show you more of that a bit later on. We've got a changelog here. And if we have a little tour around the lobby, you can see some other stuff related to loot boxes, some kind of display areas. There's various things here like the rules of the game. What I'm going to do is play a round of Decked Out, and I'm going to show you really how it works, and we'll just explore this together. So jumping in, I've got myself a Decked Out key. To play, I just need to drop that into the hopper here. The fire will light up to indicate that we can go in. And the first thing we'll need to do is turn to the left here and grab a compass. So this spawn is only available if you have activated the door correctly. So this compass will basically direct us around the dungeon, and we have to follow it to the location where we'll be able to throw it on the floor, and it will get taken into a hopper underneath the map, and that indicates that we can then run back to the start to grab our prize. Now this is pretty much inspired by the Hermitcraft Decked Out. I've tried to create things like the clank system here and created some various biomes and stuff, but this is kind of all my own inspiration in terms of the biomes and things that you'll find in the map. So this is like a castle area, and I'm just following this compass to try and find out where I need to drop that to grab my loot. And when you found the right location, when you're standing on that spot, the compass will kind of go crazy and start turning around in a big circle, and that's when you know you can drop that on the floor. I'm going to go up into the library to kind of show you around up here. This will come into use a little bit later on, and I'll show you what the library is for. We're going to carry on through to the temple and see what we can find in here. Now this is inspired by a Minecraft desert temple, as you can see, and it's kind of creeper themed because there is actually a boss in here, which I will be showing you a bit later on in the video. This was part of a seasonal event that I created. I actually created 2 seasons for this game with kind of accompanying posters and stuff, and yeah, it's been very fun, a really enjoyable kind of fan-made project. So the compass is kind of twisting around, and it looks like it might be down in the city. So we're going to drop down into the city. And the compass is twisting around. I'm going to drop it on the floor, and you can see the compass has disappeared. So we know that is the right location. We now need to find our way back to the entrance of Decked Out. And once we leave the dungeon, our loot box will be available to collect. You can see here some areas that I've put coming soon on. So that was going to be like a casino kind of area. And you can see the skeleton mob here trying to kind of shoot me. That's my clank system. So as you stay in the dungeon for longer and walk over more pressure plates, the clank system will increase, and you'll have things like windows opening up and mobs can shoot you, stuff like that. This is the Blackstone dungeon, and as you can see there's a Ravager in here. This is very heavily inspired by the Hermitcraft version of Decked Out, where the Ravagers kind of chase you around the map. So that was kind of my homage to that version of the game. As you can see here, we've gone into a nether area. Very cool, very fiery and colourful. We're going to continue through to the forest, and from the forest we can then make our way back to the main hub, and then we can exit the dungeon. So the forest, again, very kind of magical, fairy tale style, a lot going on, a lot of visual detail. We can see over here there is actually a window that's closed. There will be a mob in there if we stay in the dungeon for longer. And running out, you can see there a mob was about to shoot me. I ran past. So here we are at the exit, and we can just leave the dungeon. And now what we've got to do is wait here at the loot box station. In the background of my map, there are various minecarts and various systems going on, and they take a bit of time to work out what's in the minecarts. Once they find there's a compass in one of those minecarts, which is where we dropped it earlier, we will then get a loot box sent to us. So I'm just showing you here some of the seasonal content I created. And there's our loot box. So we're going to grab our loot box using the fancy loot box collector. And we'll have a look inside here. And so we've got a couple of collectible items and we've got some decked out coins. Now, just to quickly explain, if you're not familiar with decked out from the Hermitcraft server, the objective of this game is you run through the dungeon like a classic dungeon crawler and you collect collectible cards as you go through. Now, these collectible cards belong to various sets. In my game, I've created sets of 4 and they're various rarities. So some sets will be very easy to complete and other sets will be very difficult. And just showing you quickly inside the shop here, it's like a trust-based system, so it shows you the cost of each item at the top there and you just grab what you want and leave the coins behind in the slot. So this is the Keymatic. From this Keymatic you have a chance to win some decked out keys, and it might work out better than buying it straight, although I have cut here to show you. I got it after about four tries, I think. Okay, I'm going to dive into another run of Decked Out and I'll show you a bit more of the dungeon, and we're also going to take on the Creeper King boss so you can see how the bosses work. So we are good to go in. Let's head in and grab that compass. Okay, following the compass now. So I'm actually going to show you in the area where I created the first boss, which was the Necromancer. So you can see the gigantic Necromancer there who's emerged from a nether portal. And we've got some grasping dead, we've got like a graveyard section of the castle here. And if I go through into this room, you can see I have closed this room off, but we're gonna cut and show you underneath. This is the Necromancer's basement, and this was kind of the boss starting area. And you can see some kind of instructions and some dialogue from the Skellybones twins. And basically you would press this button, it would ignite some soul flames around the dungeon. You punch out 3 of them, you come back and you get a very nice loot box, and that's basically the Necromancer defeated. Inspired again by a system in Decked Out where you would punch out the soul fires and it would increase the rarity of the cards you get. Kind of created this boss area using a similar method. And this map was really good for teaching me some new redstone concepts. There's some command block stuff in here as well. So yeah, really good experience to go through this and really enjoyed myself. So we continue to explore the castle area, nothing in there, so we need to see where this prize might be. So let's have a look in the tundra. I haven't really showed you this area yet. So this is like an icy area, kind of crystalline cave style. There's a mob over there who will try and shoot me if I stay around. There we go. So it becomes a bit more dangerous the longer you're in the dungeon. There's more of those mob windows that open up everywhere. And this is like a nice kind of cave area. Nothing in there. That area is going to be where I expand the map again, so there's going to be another section in there. And this map hasn't had attention for about a year or so. So some mob windows and stuff are actually empty, but you get the idea of how it would work. I do need to go back and give it some attention, really. We're going to go upstairs, and upstairs is like a village area, desert village, and a pyramid. So this is the second boss event that I created in the game, and this is the Rise of the Creeper King. Now the Creeper King, as you can see, he is showing his face through the pyramid wall there. And we're going to start this event, and I can show you how it works. So the first round, it spawns 2 standard creepers who you've got to kind of avoid while you're trying to put these green buttons on the wall. And you have to put them on the gold blocks and then press them to activate the next kind of phase. So we've got that one there. And then it says now it's getting serious. So it now spawns another creeper. So we've got to try and avoid that. Obviously, if you have some armor or blast protection and stuff like that, it makes this event a lot easier. So explode that creeper, and then we can place that one on the wall. And very nice message. We've got the final creeper appearing, actually final 2 creepers, and then you'll see we'll have an ultimate creeper, a charged one to defeat. So here we go, here's the charged creeper, very dangerous. If we are anywhere near it, it will kill us. I'm just trying to keep my distance. Now you can see the command block activated a bit early. I still needed to do some work on detecting them. We're going to jump cut because I actually died there. and I'm back in the room. So I actually came back in, repeated the event, and here's our prize chest. So let's have a look inside. So we've got a XP bottle, loot token, ancient book, decked out key, and some coins. And I'm going to show you how you use the ancient book. That's actually the library section. So we're going to go into the library in a second and I'll show you how that works. First of all, using the XP bottle, and this desert village area actually features the XP shop where you can use this. I'm already level 15 because I was testing this out before, but basically as you gain more XP levels, these shop areas will open up and you'll be able to grab some really cool loot from here, which will help you on your dungeon runs. And this is an example of the ancient book trade-in. So this is in the library area. If you trade in an ancient book, you will get an enchantment book in return. So I'm going to grab a blast protection and I could then apply that to some armor, and that would really help me with the Creeper King event. So we're going to run back through the dungeon, but I'm going to kick it into a time lapse. Here we go. Okay, and we are done with the time lapse. So we are back outside the dungeon and we're going to grab our box collector, collecting our loot box, which is spawned. Now, this is actually a bit of a cheat. I'm sorry about that. We just got some decked out coins. We were getting a lot of duplicate cards coming out of the system, so I decided to kind of balance it out a little bit, put some coins in there as well as some kind of boxes that didn't contain cards, so that's what you're seeing there. Well, that brings us to the end of our second run and the end of this video. Overall, this took me several months worth of evenings to build a couple of years back. It involved learning a lot of new redstone concepts and loads of manual building. Really good fun though. This was built on Bedrock Edition and in creative mode, as I said before. I'd love to continue developing this. It's such a time-consuming thing, but really good fun to do. If you'd like to see more of this map and some behind-the-scenes stuff as well, do let me know in the comments down below. Drop this video a like if you enjoyed it. So thank you very much for watching. I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Bye!